100 episodes, folks. Nearly 19,000 hours of watch time between you all. That's a lot of talking shite about Transformers on the internet. I'm very grateful for all the support we've been given at TRDQ, all the kind words, and the things people have been kind enough to send our way over the last year. Repugnus and I hope to be uploading reviews and other nonsense for the next year, unless, of course, it stops being fun, then we'll drop it like a hot stone. I was going to make the Repugnus special videos at episode 100, but really those videos were for you, the rubes. This one's for me, the greatest Transformers animated fan of all time. Now, I can't remember the first time I saw the Stunti-con job set. I didn't pay much attention to the convention scene back then, but from the point I did see it, I can't remember ever having such a burning need within me. I love Transformers animated, and I love the Stunti-cons. I wanted this more than I wanted to win Mr. Tight Buns at TF Nation for 2 years running. I applied a dedication towards owning one that I really should have aimed towards other areas in my life. I'd scour eBay and other places nearly every day for a set at a decent price, and when I finally got one, after literally years of searching, it was 100% worth the wait. Now the box has seen better days, but taking the roof off the sucker, we're immediately greeted with a small folder containing our certificate of authenticity. I'll be hanging that behind me in my office so folks think I've achieved something. We've also got this great pack-in comic that doubles as a convention schedule, and it's such a fun book. It's got great colours, and Marcello Matteri's Transformers animated lines are second to none. There's a separate version of the book available if you're keen to read it, but you don't want to, get this set. That's nice, isn't it? Remember when Hasbro and conventions gave a single shit about animated? We also have these little badges, and I'd really like to wear that small Decepticon one, but to be honest, I'm so scared of losing them, they'll just stay in the box for all eternity, thank you. Each toy gets its own set of instructions and tech specs, which is a nice touch. Since they're all retools or repaints of existing animated toys, I expected them to have lumped in the original instructions for the original toys. I wouldn't have minded if they'd done that. It's a small touch, but it does give the set a bit more of a premium special feel. And speaking of retools and repaints, let's go over who comes from what. So we have the Motormaster, who of course comes from Optimus Prime. Breakdown's a retool of Rodimus. We've got Wild Rider gets his looks from Lockdown. Dead End's a repaint of Jazz, and Dragstrip's design is taken from RC, and don't they look great together? The Stunti-cons always do to my mind, but we'll take a look at them individually now. In this, a video about the toys we're looking at now. First up is Breakdown. Now let's have a look at this vehicle mode, shall we? Now, of course it's based on the original Rodimus toy, but that doesn't mean I expect you to know anything about it. You know what you're like after all. What a lovely car, don't you think? I'd say out of the set it's the most immediately recognisable. There's no mistaking that kind of off-white, burgundy and blue colour scheme. Transformation's a treat with this mould because it's so precise. There's barely any wasted space. It's very satisfying to go from this sleek car mode to such a well-observed robot form. Not many Transformers have hinges in the shins, Anyway, we have a retooled head for Breakdown, and it's so menacing, I love it, that grimace. He comes with this little bow that fires missiles too. Very nicely done toy that balances and poses very well. Dead End is my favourite of all the Stunti-cons, and he makes great use of the Jazz mould. Just looking at the sculpting on those lights at the back and those little wing mirrors, couple that with the great dark red colour scheme and the yellow highlights, it's an all-timer. Transformation's a little less involved than Rodimus, but no less fun. There's a very satisfying moment where you rotate the front of the bonnet over the head and you've got the robot chest. And like Breakdown, he's well balanced and can pull off some fun poses. I do love these exhausts that become nunchucks, and they've painted a wee moustache on them, so you've got a little goatee, and for that I am eternally grateful. Wild Rider provides the team muscle with his muscle car. The Lockdown mold's a great choice here. Lockdown's one of the first animated toys I was able to get, and it's honestly just wild how much energy they put into getting both modes so show accurate. Just staring in awe at this vicious looking muscle car, all spikes and sharp edges. You can even add this chainsaw at the front to cause some extra mayhem. Transforming Wild Rider is another example of just how little space was wasted in these animated designs. The vehicle mode twists and elongates until you're left with this huge, hulking menace. And that new head sculpt works wonders, definitely not a bot you want to mess with. Like the Lockdown mold, he's got these weird wrists that stop him from extending the hands out, give him a sort of a Mr. Burns hunched look. I've always meant to fix that, but who can be bothered? The engine block can be placed on Wild Rider's arm, and the engine becomes what the tech spec calls a phlogiston reactor flamethrower. A great use of Ratchet's EMP, and a Chaos Crystal Edge chainsaw that can also be attached to it. How edgelordy is this? I love it. Dragstrip's always the odd one out in the Stunti-con set, usually because the others are all big road vehicles and Dragstrip is a sleek, refined track racing car. And this is no different really, with Dragstrip showing off a Cybertronian vehicle mode based on the RC mold that clashes with the Earth modes of our cronies. Still, it definitely conjures up images of some alien dragster firing across the surface of Cybertron, and that yellow colour scheme has always been a favourite of mine. There's no real hiding the robot mode in there with the hands hanging off the back, but once again, forgiveness of a Cybertronian mode is par for the course around here. Transformation's a bit fiddly. It's not annoyingly so, but definitely more than the rest of the team. Being smaller and lighter than the rest, I always feel I'm going to bend something the wrong way and break something off, which would be a real shame because this robot mode is stellar stuff. That teal face coupled with the eyes, it's very striking, and the red translucent swords are such a nice touch. You can even store them in her backpack for the few seconds she isn't hacking someone up. Now we have the final member of the Stunti-cons, the king of the road, the Motor Master. Now I do love this mould a lot. I have quite a few of them, even though tantalisingly I'm missing the Elite Guard version of Optimus. Of course they were going to repurpose an Optimus toy for Motor Master. That's practically deep lore at this point. It's law. Colours are once again on point. Give me a black and purple Transformer and I'm there, but it suits the mould so well. I'd say those sharp aggressive lines of the cab work even better for the Motor Master than Optimus. Is that okay to say? I think it feels wrong, but I'm saying it. The extras on the back of the trailer come off and you're good to get him into his robot mode. Now, it's not an overly involved transformation, although the legs folding around is very satisfying. The whole thing hinges at the waist, which can feel a bit wobbly at times. Still, look at this lad. Definitely a looker with his barrel chest and the big square noggin. Easily the highlight of the set for me. Just take a look at that blocky head of his, that big bushy moustache that goes on for days. That expression, just he looks so annoyed. I mean, I know the pain of having a massive head all too well, but calm down, mate. These extras become a huge axe and gun too, which to be honest I never really thought suited the Optimus mould, despite the fire truck gimmick. Here though they absolutely add that sense of menace and deadly intent the Motor Master brings. And that's all of them, the Stunti-cons. And don't they look wonderful together? Seeing them next to the original toys really shows off how small changes can have huge effects on how you view them. I mean, there's no real bad animated toy in the main line from like deluxe to leader sizes, but for me these are some of the best. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Just a little treat for me to show off my precious dollies. Thanks again for everything this year, everyone, and here's to another 100 episodes.
Hey, wait a minute.
What? What's up?
You were going to have your 100th episode without me saying anything.
Oh, sorry, that was rude of me. What did you want to say?
Well, Gavin, I'd like to sing a song. I've paid my dues, time after time.
No.